Good morning, everyone. It certainly feels like a morning. Hello. Meow, 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 meow. Mom, the raccoon's meowing. How are we all doing? Welcome in, everyone. Who we got? We got Fi. Hello on it. And congratulations on it, on your internship. Woo! I hope it was very instructive and useful for you. Hopefully you have some time to chill now. And hello, Lane. Good morning. Who else have we got? Sluffy Spice. Hello. Hello. And Snugs. Hello, Snugs. And Soup. Hello, Soup. Soup. Goodness, it's been a while. It feels like forever, but it also feels like yesterday somehow. So yeah, today's going to be a very chill day. Because I am full of cold. And also still trying to recover from last week. Mao is my oldest and most precious audience name. Oh, bless you. Last stream was basically yesterday. Yeah. Like I say, it feels like I've hardly been away, but it also feels like forever. Hot. Spoon. Bonk. Tracking, please. Fuck. Oh, well, whatever. Oh no, you're sick? Yeah, I have a really sore throat right now and I'm a bit bunged up. It could just be my normal ME business, but it'll be fine. So yeah, today I'm going to do a couple of little fish to warm up. And then we're going to work on the raffle win from last time, which is why we have a lovely little fox here. Fox. And we're going to do him in a little spacesuit. Just done a very rough little sketch here, which is pretty awful, but it's a start. Welcome, Playdell. Hello. Moth. Pokes the moth. The tales of freezing to death at night shall commence, Mr. Matt. Yeah. I thought that's what we do as well, is I can talk all about what I did last week, which was, as Lane says, almost freezing to death in a forest. Ooh, it was a draw. So yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. Let's get that out of the way first. Hope we're doing well. I know there's big changes afoot for a lot of you. It's going to be a dense weekend. Ooh. Right, we're going to do some summer fishies. Let's have a look. Strawberry. That's a nice, easy one to. Oh my god, brain lowers in. How much of a stalk do we want? So yeah. Hope everybody's been doing well since I've been gone. But yeah, as I said, last week I was LARPing in Sweden, of all places. LARP is very big in Sweden. It's quite, it's reasonably different how we do it in the UK. Wow, thank you for the hearts. So much so that there is a style of LARP called Scandinavian LARP, but anyway. LARPing in IKEA. You know, I didn't actually go to IKEA the whole 2 weeks I was over there. What the hell do strawberries look like? That was it. That is nonsense. Would you like some Swedish meatballs with your violin? So mean. They only sound a little bit like that. Apologies to any Swedish people in chat. I also spent, well, the first week I was away, I spent in Norway with a good friend. It was pretty awesome to see again. But then, yeah, the second week I was in the absolute arse end of nowhere in Sweden at a lap where I was playing. I call him a bard, but basically he's a fraud and a coward and a charlatan. So he's not a very good bard. He just that's just what he tells people. I've seen funny TikToks of people pretending to live in those IKEA rooms and have family drama and all that. Love the IKEA laugh. That sounds quite funny. How are they different? Swedish laps tend to be a lot less crunchy in terms of like mechanics. And this is very broad, general speaking, by the way. Very broad. And yet they tend to be a bit more immersive in my experience. Again, that's a huge sweeping statement because a lot of UK labs are extremely immersive and incredible. But yeah, just like generally speaking, that's in my experience been the case. We're talking like medieval labs here, which is the only type I've done. There are way more different types of lab, like sci-fi and cyberpunk and post-apocalyptic and modern day and vampire labs. Was it in Norway? No, it was in Sweden. How many people speak Swedish on lab? Everybody bar 4 of us, I think. 99% of the people were speaking Swedish. There was, from what I could tell, there was 2 Brits, an American, and someone else that I never got to ask where they were from, but they were speaking English as well. But they definitely weren't from like an English-speaking country. They had a bit of an accent, but I never got to ask them where they were from. But yeah, it was so good. But yeah, like I said, it was in the middle of nowhere, in the forest, in Sweden, like an old, like living museum type place. Our accommodation for the 5 days was a cabin that had holes, draft, and no heating. There was no electricity. There was no running water. It was wonderful. I think there was about 200 players in something like that, spread about the forest. They had humans, and you had elves, and you had orcs, and trolls, and creatures called Knut, which are like, I don't know what you would compare them to, really. Like little trolls, but not. They did not have cat boys. Sorry, Lane. They did have rat people, though. You kind of have to avoid the rat people because they spread diseases. Oh, and there was fawns. There was fawns as well. Oh, there was a single minotaur as well. He was cool. He was very large. And yeah, it was phenomenally cold on the first day. It was I think 2 degrees at night. And when you're in a drafty cabin, oh, you feel every minute of that 2 degrees. It was so cold, but worth it. So has anybody else in chat ever lapped? That is the question. Does anybody in chat not know what lapping is? So I'm being very presumptuous here. Although this is a tune. Otter popsicle. Yeah, I really was. Never lapped before, but you know the basic concept. Cool. Is meowing and purring in a friend's lap, lapping as a cat. I think you would probably just class that as like role play or like headspace play, because that's quite different. But yeah, lapping is essentially inhabiting a character, like playing a character in a game, essentially. Every lap is a bit different. Like some have quite fixed storylines and sort of set plots and characters. Some are a lot more open, and players devise a lot of the plot. But essentially, if you ever played like Dungeons and Dragons or something, it's kind of like that, but you're in person, in costume, and like in character yourself. But there's obviously no dice rolling and all that jazz. There are mechanics though. And again, it varies lap by lap. And this is where I found like the biggest difference. Like UK laps tend to have that a lot more, like card pulling or stone pulling to determine what happens in game. Whereas Scandinavian laps, they seem to be a lot more like the players sort of decide amongst themselves what's happened just to kind of make a cool story. Which I kind of like. Like half the plot I had this time was basically devised by me and my friends. We didn't involve the referees at all. We just wanted to tell a fun story. Does it count when I lap as a cashier man back when I was 4 years old? I mean, it is basically playing make believe. It's like we all know it's very silly. That's what a lot of people don't seem to quite understand looking in. It's like we know it looks silly, you know, pretending to be a fighter or a wizard or whatever in a field, but just don't care. Life's too short. Who gives a shit? It's fun. It's like incredibly hard-hitting emotionally at times. It's just wonderful. Hey Ping, how you doing? How you doing? Oh yeah, my character is called Quip, and he's a charlatan who sleeps around too much. Basically blags his way through life. Takes no responsibility for his actions. Gets into trouble a lot. He's very, very fun to play. But this time, he started having feelings and a conscience. After he talked to some religious folk and his old friends and things like that. Did I recover? No, not really. But we're struggling on anyway. It won't be like a super long stream today, I don't think. But yeah, I missed you guys. Thank you. His old religious friend, the Pope. No. Well, the thing is, my character had a curse put on him. This was before, like, in the events leading up to the lap. So one of the reasons my character was there was to try and get rid of a curse. So he tried all sorts, and the first thing he tried was a priest, and that didn't work so well. Had a really fun little scene where the person playing the priest, made up this whole like sermon and ritual. It was like, oh, it's so good. But yeah, it didn't work. Sad face. So he was still there. The curse was that the character couldn't hear his name without flinching in pain. It was punishment for basically talking too much and being a blabbermouth and not taking life too seriously. Strawberry. Penguin. The Super Pope. Strawberry. There's just so much happened in that week. I don't even know. It would take me more than 2 hours to tell you. One of the most incredible things, and this just shows how... Did you get rid of the curse? I did get rid of the curse. I found a troll shaman, and we did this absolutely batshit crazy ritual in the forest. It's just... the player who plays the Kvist, they were called, the troll shaman, is absolutely incredible. So yeah, we walked into like the forest off the path for quite a bit, and we found lots of sticks and made like a egg shape. But then they found like, I think it was deer poop. I think it was. I'm not the best poop analyzer. So we incorporated that into the ritual as well, because the curse was, as they said, bullshit. So that was fun, and the shaman dragged a couple of bards who were passing as well into the ceremony, into the ritual. So that was quite fun. They were like playing their drums and music and stuff, and it was just wild. It was very fun. But yeah, it did eventually cure him. But he was actually really sad after that. I thought maybe I would be like super happy, but as the days went on, he really was realizing that, man, running away from problems and responsibility for like the decades he's been doing it is kind of not really the way to live life. And he'd also been forced into marriage at this point and had a baby daughter, and he was kind of missing her. And basically the whole 4 days was my character exploring, like, do I do the easy thing or do I do the right thing? Part of the thing that made him see he needs to do the right thing was meeting his old friend from the last time I was at the lab, who was a human slave to the orcs in town. Incredibly well done character, amazingly played. Utterly tragic, like definitely pulled the old heartstrings. So last time I tried to free her from the orcs and made a complete hash of it and made it so much worse. So yeah, don't fuck about with orcs. But yeah, getting to reconnect with her again, and ultimately professing love to her as well, and making her cry, I think 3 times in 4 days, which was just fun. Which is a very strange sentence, I know. When you laugh, you come out with some very strange sentences afterwards. I made this woman cry 3 times. It was amazing. So yeah, there was a lot of that going on. In fact, she was there for the ritual to get rid of the curse as well, which was very nice of her. Well, yeah, it's definitely something I recommend to people. It's so creative. Everybody is so lovely. People are just there to make good stories. There was a wedding, like one of my friends in game, its party members got married, which was interesting. Nobody died at the wedding, which was, I thought a bonus. It was actually sunny that day because my god, did it rain as well. It was freezing cold and it rained so much. It was mud everywhere. It was so bad. People were slipping around. How people were fighting in that, I don't know, but sunfish. Oh yeah, I was going to do a sunfish and then a sunfish, wasn't I? That sounds lovely. It was, yeah. Welcome in, Rear Silver. For the check-in. But I think there was so much, like in the taverns and stuff was so good. Like my character likes being in the tavern a lot. I played lots of card games and dice games. I got my ass handed to me by like an 8-year-old in this dice game. It's just wonderfully embarrassing. To the danger zone. Ooh. Storm cloud. Yeah, I'll do this one and then we'll move on to SC Fox. Proto. I also met a really fun fawn that we got on very well. She was absolute chaos. Always spoke in the third person. Which I never really asked why. Yeah, I think that the most incredible little scene from the entire lap was a ritual the orcs did. It was actually a memorial service for one of the an actual player who died in real life, who played an orc. So they did like an in-game ritual, like a memorial ritual, and holy shit, it was. I don't even have the words to describe how incredible it was. It was so powerful. It was very orky. They even have their own language. They use like Tolkien Uruk language. Hey, Freddy! Morning, Freddy. Otter's back. Yeah. Yeah, it's like they invited the whole like town lap basically, and at like the intro meeting beforehand the lap, they were just like, guys, please do not disturb this. I know like your character, whatever, but do not disturb this. Nobody did, and it was unbelievable. There was fire, there was smoke, there was like 15 orcs like chanting in Orcish, and like the whole town was there, like enemies and allies. It was just incredible. It was recorded. Like normally, you're not allowed like phones out and stuff at a lap. Obviously, they're not very medieval, so for immersion's sake. But that they made an exception for that. People did very sneakily get some pictures throughout, but I can't really show them, unfortunately. But yeah, they did film the Orcs ceremony, which I'm really pleased about because, oh man, like everybody was in tears. Like even the most stoic character. People were holding back tears or actually crying. It was... It was so good. As I was talking to my friend before I came home, there's like, you try and describe what LARPing is like, but it's so hard to put into words. Like the feeling of immersion and like the actual emotions you're feeling. It's like, this is a character, but I'm feeling all these emotions. It's definitely a good way to pay tribute to someone. It really is. Do people ever turn up in Star Trek uniforms to LARP events? No. LARP is more serious than things like Ren Fairs. People are there to get away from the real world for a while and just be someone else. Be something else. It's annoying because... Well, annoying. It's unfortunate that a lot of the LARP things people have seen have been American LARPs, which for the most part, from what I can tell, I've never been to an American LARP, are quite different from what we do in Europe, particularly in like Sweden and Norway. There's an English LARPer I follow on YouTube who hangs from trees and talks about bows and arrows. Is that Bluminek? He like pole dances and stuff as well. He's so good. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. There we go. But yeah, pole dance is probably the same dude. Yeah, he's really good. Rather tasteful, if you ask me. Yeah, LARP, you can use bow and arrows, but they have to be a maximum draw weight. I think it's £40. That probably varies LARP on LARP. I think it's £40. And also your arrows can't have a tip on them, obviously. They have like this big round rubber ball. So you can still shoot a bow and arrow. Yeah, combat's interesting. It relies on like honesty and trust if you've been hit. Yeah, you've got to go down. Catch up. I think he has a girlfriend and an ankle biter. Yeah, I know he's a kid. Yeah, boo. Thirsty folk. Yeah, I mean, he is incredibly good looking and incredibly fit, and he uses that to his advantage, and more power to him, I say. It helps that he's also incredibly knowledgeable and good at what he does. Fish. Hey, stormy fish. Right. Let's move on to the main attraction. Just apologies for how low energy I am today. Need the name typed out so you can look him up. Let's have a look. Bluminek. I think that's him. Yes, that's him. Did the lab you went to have magic? How does that work for combat? The lab I went to did have magic, but I think this is generally true of Swedish labs, but certainly of this one, the magic is much more what you would call internal magic, rather than like throwing fireballs and stuff, because it's just not really that immersive. Having to pretend there's an explosion there. So you have things like stunning magic and knocking out magic and not being able to talk for X amount of minutes, like making someone drunk or stupid or incredibly happy, you know, stuff like that. There's probably lots more. My character wasn't magic, so I'm not hugely experienced with it. But then there's like healing magic and for magic, do they use like a dice roll on every spell or no? No, this lap doesn't. Some laps do. Some laps use like a pack of cards that you have to draw from. Some have like a bag of stones that you pull various coloured stones out, like one colour's fail, one colour succeed, that sort of thing. That's much more kind of UK style, which is good. It's fun, but I much prefer the kind of the players just decide amongst themselves if things work or not. And so long as it's fair and interesting, you don't really need to get the refs involved. Hello. Thank you. Magic to make someone happy. That sounds useful. It is very useful, and it is also very hilarious if used in the opportune moment. Magic where they lift negative thoughts. Yeah. That's what I like about it. It's like the tools you're given are like relatively simple. But so it's kind of up to you how you use them and see if you can come up with interesting ways. For example, on the last night, there was an epic battle and so many people got hurt. One of the healers had some magic healing potion that doubled like the healing rate, but it just made you incredibly drunk. So there was like 6 extremely large Scandinavian men with swords walking around like the aftermath of a battlefield, completely pissed out of their mind, which was so funny. And like everybody trying to like corral them into not hurting themselves. And yeah, luckily I wasn't involved in that. But yeah, if you have any questions, I shall try and answer them. And on the last night after the battle, like one of the most loved people in town had been killed. Like killed, which is very rare in a lap. Usually your character can't die unless the organisers agree so. That's not always the case, but I think most often than not, your character can't like die permanently. So you can't just like as a player go and murder someone instantly, because that's not fun. You get murdered on the first day of a 4-day lap. It's like, well, that's that. But yeah, he was killed by vampires, and the town was extremely angry and very sad. And there was a few people in the tavern who were utterly beside themselves with grief. So I was like trying to help them, like calm them down. They wanted to like get back out there and get revenge and stuff, but they were really like super injured, and it was like, you're gonna get yourself killed, don't do that. And one didn't take very kindly to being told to sit still, and so he swung and punched me right in the face. Sent me sprawling onto the tavern floor, which was, fun. Yeah, I mean, he didn't actually like punch me, like punch me. Being like fake punched is really fun. Like acting like you've been punched. So my character's a weed, and he's not a fighter. He's a coward, and that's the first time he's ever been punched like that. So he was shocked, and I played it like he got literally knocked off the bench and like sprawled onto the floor. He stinks. But luckily my character was like, you know what, I understand. So he got straight back up and back on the bench, and the guy who punched him just broke down, like proper sobbing, like actual real tears, and just like sobbing into my shoulder. And it was, this is where it sounds strange, and it's so hard to describe the feeling. Like in that moment, it feels so real. You know it's not real. Like, we're intelligent human beings. We know what we're doing is not real. But it just, it's so hard to explain, that kind of weird feeling of being so immersed and feeling all those feelings. I just think everyone should at least try lapping once. So good. And yeah, that evening I professed my love for the slave girl, and even though we know we can't be together because she's owned by orcs, and they actually cut off one of her fingers earlier in the day because they discovered she had a friend. So yeah, can't really go down that route. And then I ended up in a pile of fawns, which was hilarious and wonderful. And then the lap ended like 1 a.m. Oh, Silver. There was absolutely nothing sexy about that scene. It was just pure raw emotion. And like the head slave of one of the mayor we thought was dead was just like catatonic on the floor, not moving because she didn't know what to do. A fawn is a baby deer. A fawn is like a mythical creature. It's like half goat, half human. Like goat legs, human torso, human head, but with horns, ram horns, or various types of horns. So there was a few fawns about. One of the... Oh, yeah, that was it. After the ritual to cure the curse, my character started like itching all over. Like she was just like scratching everywhere. And like out of game, I knew what was happening. But in game, my character just presumed that the ritual had left him feeling a bit like weird and tingly. But what had actually happened is, like 15 minutes before, one of the fawns had slipped me a tiny little green slip, which says on it, "You've now caught lice. You have until tomorrow to cure this, or you need to go to the off area and pick up 2 more cards to then give to other people." So that's how diseases work in this app. It's usually how they work. So I was like, fuck. But yeah, I just played it as if like, ooh, weird ritual. Until eventually, like 8 hours later, a couple of my friends in camp were like, you have been itching for far too long, wait there. And they dragged a healer to me. I was like, check him out. And yeah, he had lice. Fawns cute until they're not. No, indeed. The one I talked to most was so cool. She fought with a frying pan, not a sword. It's just hilarious. like a LARP safe frying pan. So it's like made of like this rubberized latex and stuff. But it's still so funny. This thing fawned running around going, with a frying pan. She even managed to take down a spider demon cultist, which was pretty impressive. I wish I could show you pictures. I can show you what my costume looked like. Because I got a photo from last year. I didn't actually get any photos this year. But yeah, all the other photos I could show you have other people on, and I can't really show you that. See my lovely face? You've seen it all before anyway. There I am. It's me. So yeah, I made this like special cloak. Like each patch has like a story, usually about someone he slept with and stolen like a bathrobe or sheets or something to add to his cloak. I will say I have lost like 10 kilos since I took this photo, but still. So he has this cool little thing. He has bits and pieces. I crocheted my own little bag as well. So this has his like dice in, and his cup, and his cards, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I made this. It's very Glee Man. That was my inspiration. If you've ever read or seen Wheel of Time. But yeah, I made this entire costume apart from the shirt, I think. I think these are the trousers I made. And my whistle. I can play a few tunes, enough to pretend to be a bard. But yeah, I definitely stuck out amongst all the like reds and greens and browns and stuff. It was a very nice cloak. It was very warm, which is what you needed today, this week. Oof, it was warm. It was cold. Sorry, Cade, I missed your message. Were they fawning over you? Genuinely, they kind of were at times. Some of them were. Some of them couldn't give a shit, but the fawns were wonderful. And the trolls are wonderful. Their camp is amazing because it's just strewn with like human limbs and organs everywhere. Seeing as they like to eat people. But they like me because I taught them games. They like games. Yeah, but my whole character concept is be aggressively social. I didn't carry weapons. I wasn't a threat to anybody, so I could just walk wherever I want and just pop into any camp and be like, hello, will you talk to me? Oh, please don't point that thing at me. Okay, I'll sit down. Would you like a drink? Yeah, it was so cold. I had warmed up by like Thursday, Friday, but it was still wet. Casting spell of portable heater. Yeah, gosh, I wish we had one. Hexagon. And hello, Avery. We're just doing lap story time whilst I attempt to draw badly. Yeah, there was so many good scenes. Another great scene was where I finally got to sit down with my slave friend and have a proper catch up. In fact, I should start from the beginning. Oops. So, after last time, which was 18 months ago, my character had to head home for various reasons. It doesn't really matter to the story. And left the rest of my group. So yeah, he headed home. And yeah, he went to a couple of the taverns down by the sea in his hometown, as he frequently does. And yeah, he met this lovely girl, this lovely lady, I should say. Very pretty. Claimed to be like a local weaver woman, local craftsperson. They got on very well. And they got on very well, if you know what I mean. But yeah, they went their separate ways, and he didn't think anything about it until like a couple of months later, when his door in the tavern he was staying at got kicked in by the guards, or guards belonging to one of the most richest nobles and most important nobles, merchant nobles in the city. Turns out the lady he slept with was not a weaver woman. She was the eldest daughter of said noble, just wanting to have a good time with the common folk. And yeah, she was pregnant. And Daddy was not too impressed, so he dragged my character's ass back to his mansion and was basically, right, you can't do that with nobles, we're going to execute you. But he and the woman he'd slept with managed to convince him not to do that, which is very nice. But they basically put him under house arrest and was like, right, you're going to suffer, you're going to raise this kid, you're going to be trapped here, which is like the worst thing for my character. He's such a free spirit, he hates being in one place. They even like put a curse on him so he couldn't leave the building. And yeah, he did not like that. So he was basically stuck there for a year. Like, his daughter was born. And he was like, fuck, I just need to get out of here. So he managed to talk to someone who managed to find a local shaman. And he did get that curse lifted so he could run away. But because he's bellend and just doesn't know when to shut up or stop being sarcastic, the shaman was a bit pissed off with him. So he replaced one curse with another, which is how he ended up not being able to say or hear his name without feeling pain. So he's like, oh no. So that's when he decided to go back to where the lap is held. Brig is the name of the town in-game. And he hoped he could find his friends and they might be able to help. So that's why he was there. Trading curses. Yeah. By the way, is there any medical staff directly on site during these laps? Or would you have to call assistance to drive somewhere? You mean for like actual injuries? Yes, there are first aiders. But yeah, if you had serious trouble, then you would have a pretty big ride to the nearest hospital. I mean, it was the middle of nowhere, but I think the nearest town was like 30-40k away. Something like that, maybe. So it's not like Antarctica or anything. But luckily, it's very rare there's any issues. But it happens, you know. Accidents happen with all the best will in the world. I thought there would be more than what there was, because it was, oh my gosh, it was so muddy. "30 kilometers. Yeah, Sweden is very, very big, and it has like 10 million people in it. Most of like in 3 cities, like Stockholm, Malmö, and Göteborg, Gothenburg. But yeah, I don't even know if that nearest town had a hospital. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. I don't know. But yeah, one of the most fun scenes was talking to my slave friend, like getting to properly catch up and telling her that I'm going to use I a lot. You know what I mean? My character. My character told her that he'd insisted that his daughter's middle name was her name. And again, she just burst into tears and just like held me. Like these are real tears. And it was such a powerful scene of just like this person who has no hope whatsoever, just learning that maybe a small part of them will, live on in someone else. And I found out later that it actually meant a lot to the player as well. It was sort of related to something happening, or that happened in real life. And it was just so beautiful. The big question, can you drink alcohol in a tavern, or is it a no drinking kind of event? I suppose they wouldn't want drunk people wandering around with weapons. That is a very good question. This lap was a no alcohol lap. A lot of laps are no alcohol laps, but there are some that do allow. There is a pirate lap that takes place in the same camp area that does allow drinking. But yeah, it's very sensible not. So the tavern served cider, quote unquote, which is like, it tasted like Copperberg, but it was like 0.5% or whatever, like non-alcoholic cider is. It was very tasty, very sweet. Wait. Why is this being like this? RGB. RGB. Hey. Why is this doing that? Weird. Love a cider, non-alcoholic ones too. Yeah, I do like a cider. But yeah, it's like the game is so good, and the and just everything's just so good. You don't need alcohol to have a good time. There are a few people who play being drunk so well, you honestly would think that they are actually drunk. And there was even like an illicit, quote unquote, tavern as well, selling strong drinks, which weren't actually, they were like alcohol-free spirits. Gosh, Turtle's so cute. Wow, no, you. Raven cute. Very cute. And we have ads already. So, this sketch is actually coming along. For all this yapping I'm doing. But yes, I will take a few minutes break. I need to get some more water and stop talking for 2 minutes. So yeah, we shall be back soon and talking about more stuff. Wow. Be right back. The bot never lies. do, 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 do. Let's see. 205% cute. Wow, won't you? Seems about right. Heck yeah. Do otters have paws? Yes, they do. Little tiny paws. It's funny because otters IRL have 5 digits on each hand, but so often you get like furry owners that only have 4. It's very strange. Yeah, they have like webbed paws. Kind of like this. You see the little webs? Rah, 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 rah. I'm scary otter. Belated poor day. Yeah, I saw it was poor day. Degenerate furries, all of you. Posable Thumbbean? I think so. Otters are the most adorable creatures on the planet. Totally wholesome around paws. I appreciate them. Good. So the plan here was I'm going to do is like a sci-fi spacesuit, but I'm going to try and incorporate the sort of ideas and markings like into the suit in a kind of funky, weird way, potentially. I think I'm actually going to go quite a bit darker. So it's going to be like a fun turtle cutely. I am not cute. You're cute. No, you. I am big scary ot, apex predator. In no way do I ever say ooh. I started so hard. So I was thinking like this sort of thing. I meant to viral AMA. Oh no. Hear me raw. Go on then, AMA, but I reserve the right to not answer. Let's keep it reasonably PG. Oh no. Oh no. I'm not cute. You've just seen me. Look. This is not cute. This is large and hairy. It's still not the size of an actual otter. Go something like this. Unfortunately, I am a little larger than an otter. I'm bigger than even the biggest otter, although not by much. I think giant otters are like 1.7 meters, all they can get up to. And I am 1.8 and a bit meters. Sorry to disappoint. Gosh. Large photograph was just lens distortion. Does Turtle have a hexagon tattoo? I do not. I should get one. I have a triangle tattoo. And I have a turtle tattoo. But I do not have a hexagon. A hexagon? I don't have a hexagon tattoo. Hairy like an otter. Oy, oy, oy. So, yeah, we're just designing right now. Hexagon. Is turtle waterproof like an otter? Yes. Humans are waterproof apart from all the holes, but we can keep them closed. For the most part. Hexagon. You have the turtle, now you need a pixel and an otter. Yeah, I am very tempted to get an otter tattoo. Ooh. Kind of like that. That was an accident, but we'll go with it. What's Turtle's favorite fish? Ooh, very good question. I am partial to a nice bit of salmon, which is a very basic bitch answer, I know. But I do love a haddock or cod, and from the chippy, you know. Rawr. Hey, Sancho. Okay. So we need to sci-fi this up a bit. How you doing, Sancho? Does Apex Predator Turtle only hunt for the big fish, or the small, tiny fish safe? It doesn't matter to me the size of the fish. It's the power of the swim that is important to me. Genuinely. Interpret that how you want. Some nice buttery salmon is unbeatable. Yeah. I'm afraid I've never had like sushi or sashimi, so I've never had it like raw. I've had it smoked and I wasn't like a super fan, but yeah, nice cooked salmon with crispy skin on top. Nom, 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 nom. So good. Smoked salmon with cream cheese and a bagel. Yeah. Yummers. So hot even outside. It's nice and cool here today, but I think it's going to get warm this week. Ooh, it's going to get to 24 degrees on Monday. Wow. Scotcho. 40 degrees. That's just not, that's not cricket. You know what? We're just going to use one layer. Why is this not working? Ah. This eye is far too high. Aye. Chill stream, let's go. Need one cold shower. Oh man, the shower after getting back last week. Oh, it was wonderful. Basically not showered in basically 6 days. It was glorious and it was hot. But yeah, what else happened at the lab? Oh, there was some fun things. There was a demon hunter ceremony where they added to their numbers. That was a really fun scene. They had to drink a potion which allowed a demon to possess them. And then they had to like fight the demon, otherwise it would take over. So one person was unlucky and died a horrific death at the hands of their friends because the demon took over, and another one managed to survive. That was fun. There was also like a blind date ceremony, like competition game as well, which was absolutely hilarious, from what I understood, which was not a lot because I don't speak Swedish. The prize was like a pancake dinner in the tavern, which was just, it was so funny. So yeah, there's a lot of dark stuff. There was also a vampire like wedding ritual that we all attended, which was so incredibly fucked up. It was amazing. There was like child sacrifices, there was blood everywhere, there was something demonic going on. I had no idea what was happening. The orcs were getting very excited about it. It was wonderful. But yeah, a lot of dark shit, but also a lot of very silly stuff as well. The blind date thing and the wedding, that was very sweet. Like 2 characters got married. Vampire wedding, yeah, it was sort of a mix between a vampire wedding and like a blood binding ritual. But yeah, the guy, like the priest who was running it, was so good. Child sacrifice, just standard lap things. Yeah, you know, slavery, violent death, child sacrifice, demonic spider demon cultists. Blind date. How does one blind dates? I didn't know they had eyes. Oh my goodness. Hello, Kelgrin. I just realized you guys probably haven't heard of the show Blind Date, right? I think that might be a British thing. Basically, the concept is there is one suitor who is looking for a date, and I think there was actually 12 people vying for it. So the guy who wanted a date asked like a question, and then each person had to like give an answer, and like the best ones would go to the next round. It was very silly. Whoops. It's based off a TV show. I mean, I guess they have them in Sweden too, because they knew about it. I hate that show. Grandma always watched it. Very boring as a kid. Yeah, it was very boring as a kid. But as an adult, with it being so silly, it was fantastic. It was very cheesy. Similar show in the US. Yeah, exactly. That was the exact show, Kelgren. Whereas this was one guy and actually 12 other guys. I have no idea if anybody was like not straight, but that's how they did it. So I don't like this expression, but we'll come back to it. Just getting the basics in for now. Could even have this color running through. Definitely not going to get this finished today. Well, yeah, if you have any more questions about like this LARP or LARPing in general, or I don't know, just questions for me, or do you need any old man advice? Anybody? But yeah, I learned a couple of new card games, which was pretty cool as well. But yeah, there was a lot of character development for me this time. It was really cool. He decided to be less of a prick and actually take some responsibility. So at the end of the lap, he decided he would head back to his daughter and make sure she was okay and probably take her away. Which, was very sweet and very emotional. But my group understood. They were like, yes, you're utterly useless for us anyway, so go back to your family. Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Hello. Yeah, incredible app. I'm really sad I'm not going to be able to get there in summer. They do it twice a year. Well, yeah, my character's going to be very different, I think, next time. He's grown a lot, and I have some sneaky plans afoot. As part of his character growth, he's been developing a network of people. He's very good at making friends. People love him. So it's like, you know what? We're going to use this to his advantage. He's even roped the mayor into something. Hey, Libby! Libby, hello. And hello, Sparky Phoenix. Hope you're well. Hope you're both well. We're doing some pixel art and talking about LARP. Yeah, he's the charisma build. To be honest, he's not even that charismatic. He's just so good at bullshitting that he can just, work his way in anywhere. Yeah, he's so fun to play because he just doesn't give a shit about anybody. Well, he does now, but he didn't. So he was a really good listener. But then people started dying around him, and he was like, people were crying, and he was like, oh God, I care. Why do I care? I don't want to care. But he did. And it actually helped out a lot of people. One of the healers was incredibly stressed trying to keep these grieving people sat in one place. So I was like, well, okay, fine. Bullshitting is like 90% charisma. Yeah, that's true. That's true. All I know is he was very fun to play. But yeah, I think he's going to go back to his merchant roots and actually have a proper purpose in life. It should be fun to play as well. This leg is wonky as fuck. Yeah, one good thing about the cold last week was that the food that we'd bought kept fresh all week. We actually took some like big 2 liters, like empty Coke bottles, and filled them with water and froze them, so we could take them, so we could keep food safe. And honestly, a couple of them just didn't defrost in 5 days. They were just a cool bag. They were just so cold that they never defrosted fully. But yeah, 100% worth it. His little mouth. Let's skip this song as nice as it is. To go now, might be back later. I don't know. No worries, Snugs. I'm probably not going to go on super long today. I can already feel my voice really, really struggling. So try not to push my luck at it. This looks awful. Look after yourself. I will try. That sounds great, but I do hate the cold. I'll be walking around with a ball of blankets. Yeah, I definitely have my cloak on a lot. I also had on like thermal underlayer. That was an absolute lifesaver. Luckily, my costume was like long sleeves and long trousers, so I could cover it up so people couldn't see, like, out of game materials. But yeah, it was cold. But when the sun came out, it was very, very pleasant. And also, people were very kind with their fires in their camp, and you could sit round. There was so much music at this lab. There was like 2 lots of bards, plus one group was worshipping one of like the pagan gods, and they were big into music and stories and stuff. So there was just lots of music and fire, and yeah, it was great. Take care of your voice. You only have one plus the ones you have in your head. I have enough voices in my head, yeah. And hello, Nervous. Hello, good bean. More dear, more good. How are you doing? Hope you're keeping well. As well as we can, anyway. It's so good to be chatting to you all again. I've missed this. I missed you all. Hey, Kobe. How you doing? Good morning, good morning. Wee. Thank you for the hearts. Yeah, I've missed streaming. I've missed doing art. I've not done pixel art in like 2.5 weeks, and oh my goodness, does it show. Missed you. Oh, I miss you too. So many wonderful people in this chat. So putting in some detailing. Don't like that. Yeah, honestly can't wait for the next adventure, whenever that may be. I'll try look into some UK laps for this year, but it might be too late now. We're definitely going back to this same one this time next year. Really tired, just want to say hi before going back to bed. Oh, bless you. Yeah, go take care of yourself. But yeah, I really appreciate you popping in. Well, Words are hard. How can we make this more space or sci-fi? Anybody, any ideas? I'm gonna do this. A Snoopy cap. What? Is that sci-fi? Excuse me. Helmet probably should have something on it, right? Yeah. Something like this. Open mouth. That's quite cute. Let's have a look at spacesuits. Martian. Okay, that's quite fun. Sorry you can't see this. Oh, they have like pockets. Pockets. The black and white caps astronauts wear. Ooh. Oh my god, I can't type. You call those a Snoopy cap? I've not heard that term before. Every day is a school day. I'm going to get rid of this. We're going to put... That's not right at all. God, I'm not even close. Oh dear. It's better. That's what they're called. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I know. Never heard of that before. Like I said, it's fun learning things. Sure, they have a technical name, but nobody, not even engineers, use it. Fair. too much. Educational stream, yeah. Like I said, it's every day's a school day. We like learning here. So these are boots, not paws. Space exploration nerd, yeah. I'm more of a astrophysics kind of nerd rather than space exploration. Ask me about black holes. $29. Ugh. Sorry to hear that. That's not cricket at all. Hey Saul, how you doing? Nice to see you. As I was saying, I've missed all you guys. Some like stitching here. I understand astrophysics too, as much as I understand weightlifting math. Yeah, mood. Mr. T, I'm doing okay. You? Yeah, that's good to hear. Yeah, probably gonna call it very soon. But I absolutely, definitely wanted to stream a little bit. I don't know if you can hear it, but my voice is really starting to go. I can feel it getting very scratchy. And as the Germans might say, das ist nicht gut. Danke for the head parts. Drink lots of water. Yeah, I'm drinking lots of water. Water. I saw the message to you there. I will. Thank you everybody for caring and looking out for me. You're all bloody lovely, you are. Wow, thank you for the hearts, Freddy. Wow, and Solid well. Goodness, aren't you all wonderful? On the road. Wow, fish. Ooh, floating fish. Deer fish, yay. Oh, there's quite a few new fish. I think there's like 6 new fish for you to catch. If you're interested, there's even a new shiny that I believe we have Flick to blame for. Fortune teller fish, yay. You Honces and your strange ideas. Let's add some details in. Don't like this. Trying to add a little bit of dynamic shape to this. That's a little better. Night and day so pretty. Thank you. Yeah. A lot of these are ideas from you guys. Right, I have it open here. Look at all these fish that you can catch. This is the deer one. I don't have a horse one yet. I do need to do a horse one, but I'm putting it off because I'm scared. Horses are so hard. It's one for the Europeans. I do love these two new ones. They're very, very sweet. Where's the night and day? Yeah, this pretty. It was a Cade idea, I think. And we've started on these for next month. We still need to finish them and do a few more. So this one is in the pride flag is in rotation now and will permanently stay in rotation. But these ones will only be available in June. So I'll need some ideas of what other flags to do. I'm going to do a puppy pride one, of course. So that'll be in there. But yeah, we'll decide on the others next time. Pride fish. Yay! Fish tacos. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're putting this on hold. We're doing a taco fish right now. Love them, thank you. So what we're just going to do is this. Iconic sushi fish. Yeah. Where is it? We've got two types of sushi. Sushi fish. Because it is Pride Month coming up. And Pride Month is very important. Even though it's been commercialized to fuck, it's still important. Especially now with our government being bellends about trans people. Fucking assholes. Anyway. Not gonna get into that. I actually had tacos in Norway a couple of weeks ago. Tacos are super popular in Norway. I don't understand why. It's everywhere. You can get like taco pizzas and like taco promotion bottles of Coke, and it's Norway. Why is Norway into tacos? I mean, I'm glad they are because it's yummy yum, but. Taco pizza sounds incredible. Honestly, it was. It was so good. Taco. As an American who's lived in the Southwest, hang on. Did I post a picture? I posted a picture somewhere. Where was it? Oh, it was in Ping's Discord. Here. Taco pizza! It was incredible. It's like meat, and it had like crunched up taco bits. It had jalapenos and onions and corn and stuff. I presume this was coriander. Yeah. Cilantro, or as you Americans would say. It wasn't cheap because it's Norway and nothing is cheap in Norway, but it was worth it. Delish. Imagine the taco shell stuff with pizza stuff. I mean, That would be a pizza taco, right? Not a taco pizza. Very important difference. Okay, I'm going to pick a song. In the mood for some Electric Callboy. Let's go. Let me cook. I see what you did there. Seaweed fish. Delicious. That. Bye. This is too dark. We shall fix that momentarily. It's a bit too yellow. Taffy cat. Gosh, you're all wonderful. Just so you know that. But I think we're going to have to wind down. Let's catch a fish. Thank you. I'm glad it's so recognizable. I have started templates, but I'm also going to be offering fish, custom fish as well. If people want their Sona in fish form, I will do it for a couple of pounds, not too many. It doesn't take that long. I'll also be offering them as stickers as well. They make really fun stickers. Taco fish, taco. Chat is a reflection of the stream. No, you can't use that against us. Fishify me, Captain. Yar. Oh, sorry to keep going back to LARP, but one of the most wonderful things I did at the LARP is I actually sang in front of people. Like, I sang, and people who know me knows how big a deal that is. I don't sing, especially not in front of people. But when you're inhabiting a character who's a lot more confident than you are, it's a lot easier, and it's very strange, and I don't understand why, because it's still me at the end of the day. But yeah, we sung a few songs in the tavern. There was 4 of us. In fact, it was another faun who had a songbook of like LARP-friendly songs, and yeah, we sung some bits. A couple I couldn't join in with because they were Swedish, and even though I had the lyrics, like trying to pronounce the lyrics is another thing entirely. Oh, Kobe, you weren't here, I don't think. Did you see my costume? This is my costume from last week. Me. with my cloak of many colours. My little it's a Irish whistle. It is made of plastic, but we don't tell anybody. That I could annoy people with. What a handsome lad. No. Look at the costume, not me. But thank you. I appreciate it. Does this look like a taco? Looks so cozy. I would like a cloak. They're easy to make. Raven's looking. Respectfully looking. What a handsome costume. Thank you, Freddie. Nice. So we have a couple of summer ones. Maybe I'll do one more. Would anyone like to request something for me to do and make into a fish? It doesn't have to be from this list. Something foodie, something summery, a furry species. Hey, Freddy, be the change you want to see in the world. Wear a cloak. Just, who cares? Just do it. I've worn cloaks before in public. Who cares? In fact, I've been out in town in full costume before because I needed to go to the shops for something. I was like, I'm not getting changed. Oh, I mean, a couple of you have also seen me in other things in public as well. Don't think I sent you that, Kobe. I shall send you that picture. Patchwork cloakfish. Oh goodness. I kind of have to, don't I? Yeah, let's do that. Patchwork fish. Space marine fish. Oh, I need to add that to the list. Space marine. Jimmy Space and his space marines. Any particular chapter you would like me to do? One of your blankets turned into a cloak. Yeah. You just need to make the top slightly narrower than the bottom. There's a furry chapter of Space Marines? Rhinocerfish. Got rhino. Space wolves. Ooh, let me just... Poor hammer! Oh my goodness. Excuse me. Ooh. Oh my goodness. They're definitely something. They're not quite as easy to spot as like ultramarines though, which are like the stereotypical ones, and you're probably going to hate me saying that. I'm sorry. Oh, Raven, you're wonderful. For the Emperor. Oh, now I want to do a Space Marine one now. Oh. Thanks. Thanks, Ace Bright, for that crotch shot. So we'll have like the big pauldrons. Ultra Smurfs. Honestly, the Venn diagram of like furries to Warhammer and or D&D is a damn circle at this point. We moved on from 40k as a game ages ago. Firmly a square-based enjoyer. Fair enough. Fair enough. I've never played Warhammer. I just know many people who are into it. So I've sort of absorbed some of it by osmosis. D&D, yeah. I love my D&D. Have you ever LARPed, Kobe? You're into RP and stuff? Gold. Oops. Haven't for a GM, and the idea of organising that many people for a game fully makes one a sugar bottom mess. Yeah, LARPs are a lot to organise. This looks like a penis. Shit. No one saw that, right? Fishenstein monster. Ooh, that would be a good one for like Halloween time. Fishenstein. You're all wonderful with your puns. You know that. I think that's pretty clearly a Space Marine. Hopefully you agree. We could even add like this. You may want to get the little fin on top before you wrap up though. Oh, yeah. So yeah, we should find someone to raid. And then I am going to go and collapse in a heap. Possibly very silly idea to stream, but hey, you gotta live. And I've missed you guys, so it was a risk I was willing to take. Mods ignore me, I didn't say anything. Snooze them. I love the segmented fishy power hammer, thank you. Someone needs to come up with a pun along the lines of for the Emperor, for the Emperor Penguin. Someone do better. Nothing, Kate. I am not being irresponsible at all. You can't prove it. It's just the wind, exactly. I'm not clever yet. Still the first coffee. Star Trek Officer Fish. Oh, that's a really good idea. Oh, Kaelgren, that's why you're here. it has to be slightly... this game isn't paid for, so I can use stuff like this. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, who is online? Insuki. No, someone doing art. If I can. Oh, my voice. Oh. I can feel the liberty. You know, them filthy Xenos. And then we have whatever this is. Okay. Steve. It's just standard mermaid. Standard mermaid. Oh gosh, I don't know who to pick. Let's drop you into these. I'm gonna have to raid and run anyway, so they're not doing art anymore. Oh my god, everybody who says they're doing art isn't doing art. We raided them last time, so we should pick someone else. Ferret fish, oh, that's one of my favorites. The art pool is running low. Yeah, people normally start at 1, so it's a bit early. You know what? I might just call it there. My brain is done. We'll raid out next time. So yeah. Take care, everybody. Don't do what I do and push yourself when you're too ill. Check out the Discord, I will say, because there will be announcements for a charity stream coming up soon. It is Emmy Awareness Month, so I want to do another little charity stream for that. There'll be lots of pixel art on offer. It's the illness I have. There's no cure for it or treatment, so research is still ongoing. And I want to try and raise some money for them. Hey, Monster! So popping in. Thanks for doing a good one. Thank you. No, thank you for popping in, Kobe. Much appreciated. And yeah, we'll catch you all next time.